Hi there, welcome to my views and news offer by Ethiopian PM Abiy to the Oromo Liberation Army about Fano and Eritrea. Interesting revelations by two senior most Ola commanders. Komsa Dereba, popularly known as Jalmaro, and Gamacheboe are two senior most Ola commanders. So Komsa Dereba, Jalmaro is the chief. His deputy is Gamachu Aboe. Around 48 hours ago, the two commanders made some revelations. An offer was made to the Ola by Ethiopian PM through some people about fight against Fano and Eritrea. What did the Ola say? When was this offer made? Details for you in this video. Because we know that last year, second round of talks between the Oromo Liberation Army and Ethiopian federal government was held in Tanzania. It was November last year when the two sides announced the collapse of talks. Back then, Ethiopian government representatives said that the talks failed because Ola's demands were unrealistic. Oromo Liberation Army accused the government that government was responsible for collapse of talks because government was not interested in resolving issues through negotiations. 2 days ago, Gamacho Aboy, the deputy Ola commander, and Komsa Dereba Jelmaro were interviewed on Oromo Martyrs Day, and they made some revelations. They spoke in detail about the talks held in Tanzania last year. They talked about Batargasa's death as well. They accused the government, they blamed the government, that government killed the Oromo Liberation Front leader, Batargasa. That is what Ola's position is from day one since the death of Batargasa. Investigation underway, but we know that OLF has uh, it is questioning the investigation, saying the witnesses are being kidnapped, family members are being implicated, and investigation is not transparent. Jawar, in his message on Batargasa's death, expressed frustration with investigation, and he said investigations won't reveal truth. What did Gibichoboy and Komsa Dereba say about peace talks in Tanzania, which collapsed last year? And there, in Tanzania, that offer was made by the Ethiopian government, Ethiopian PM, indirectly through his people to Gibichoboy and Komsa Dereba. Firstly, the two commanders said that they risked their lives when they decided to participate in talks because they flew through the airspace controlled by Ethiopian authorities. But they were contacted by mediators. And for the last 2 years, the mediators have been in touch with them. Who were the mediators? Foreigners, Americans, some European countries. And then they involved IGAD too, but mainly Americans and European diplomats played a key role. So the mediators gave this guarantee to the Ola commanders that they'll be safe. And the mediators took them from Oromia to Ethiopian airspace to Tanzania. They arrived there, talks kicked off. But according to the Ola commanders, Ethiopian government representatives were not interested in any genuine political issues. They only made personal offers to Ola commanders. Ola raised political issues, but the government representatives were not responsive to these points raised by the Oromo Liberation. Oromo Liberation Army opposed the idea of disarmament. Obviously, government people wanted disarmament of Ola. What did Ola propose? Ola proposed that both militaries, Ola's people and ENDF, both should undergo joint training and both should be merged into one army. No one should be disarmed. Obviously, that proposal was rejected by the government. And according to these two commanders, government tried to create divisions within Ola and between Ola and OLF while talks were ongoing there in Tanzania. The commanders claim that the mediators were also uncomfortable with government's position. I don't know, this is Ola's claim. When talks did not succeed, though talks were still ongoing, the mediators proposed a humanitarian ceasefire for the delivery of humanitarian aid, but the government side abruptly left Tanzania before that. Before leaving Tanzania, the government representatives said that they wanted to talk to Ola leaders in private without the presence of third party, without the presence of mediators. Government was represented there by, Ridwan Hussein, who is now head of Ethiopian intelligence agency chief. I think Gideon Timotheus was there too, Minister of Justice. And the people from Oromia too, some top Oromia security political establishment figures were there too. So in private, the two parties met without mediators. And there, according to these, I'm saying what these commanders said. I'm just repeating what they said 2 days ago. There, the government people said that they had received a message from the Prime Minister PM Abiy. And PM Abiy wanted this message to be passed to the Oromo Liberation. The message was that government and Ola should fight together against Fano and Eritrea. And this is how they can work jointly for peace and prosperity, and that this is in the interest of the country that should fight together against Fano and the Oro and Eritrea. The two commanders say that they rejected this offer, that they did not want to be part of any such war. They were only fighting for the protection of the rights of Oromo people. They did not want to wage any wars on other parties. And the commanders claim that after that, the government party abruptly left Tanzania, and then government tried to obstruct the return of Ola commanders. And that is why Ola commanders took around 2 to 3 months to return to Valaga. I did a video, several videos. I told you that Ola commanders had not returned. People kept on spreading rumors that Ola commanders had arrived. People kept on asking me, Sajid, what are your sources saying? And I confirmed when Ola commanders arrived in Valaga, and back then we saw a video as well showing a helicopter landing somewhere in Valaga. So the mediators helped Ola commanders in their return. Government obstructed their return according to the two Ola commanders. The two Ola commanders say that they utilized this opportunity when they were abroad. They held discussions. Gemachoy and Jalmaro also held extensive discussions, and they made decisions about future course of struggle. So now this claim has been made formally by the Oromo Liberation Army that Abiy's government wanted Ola to fight against Fano and Eritrea, but Ola rejected. Ola is claiming that government is not interested in any political dialogue. It wants to kill people, those who are opposing the government politically. And Baturgasa's murder is a confirmation that PM Abiy will continue killing those who want to bring about a peaceful political change in the country. So very serious allegations by the Oromo Liberation Army against Ethiopian government. Now, the mediators can respond, though they were not part of the meeting where Ethiopian representatives made this offer to the Ola about Fano and Eritrea, but government representatives can clarify. Where is Ridwan? He should now clarify. Did government representatives make any offer to Ola about joint fight against Fano and Eritrea? Let's see. So far, no response from government side. The way Kumsar Dereba and Gemacho Boy are accusing the government, I think now third round of talks might not start. We were hoping a few weeks ago before Baturgasa's murder that third round of talks could start. And that is why these Ola commanders took 4 months to speak. Talks collapsed in November and they are telling the details of talks in April. So they remained silent. Why? Because they were hoping that there could be a new round of talks and maybe they should not be involved in blame game. They should wait for the right time. So they waited, but government killed Baturgasa, which seems to be a key turning point in relations between the Ola and government. Maybe Ola won't trust the government now. OLF top leader has been killed. That is why they are speaking out now, accusing the government, and the prospects of start of another round of talks between Ola and government are very dim now. Thank you for watching.